Hello guys, this is me, Dan96, back here for another video, and today we'll be making our round 11 tips for the 2025 AFL season. So just like that, round 10 was done. Round 10. Yeah, we're already almost halfway through the season. This season has gone really quick, but this round I thought was going to be our golden round. We were doing so well in the tips. And then we get one wrong, and then we get two wrong, three wrong, four wrong. The Sunday was terrible. You didn't even get a single tip on the Sunday right, which means we got 5 out of 9 tips correct in that round. What could have been? It was looking good, but then the Sunday, which was the most one-sided tipping I swear I've seen, ends up being completely wrong. But yeah, Gold Coast got it done, Sydney got it done, Collingwood got it done, Geelong got it done. GWS, I didn't even know what the hell happened there. I was watching the Port game, so I had no clue what was going on down there. Bulldogs easily get it done. Then Richmond lose in a close one. If there was an upset tip I thought they would get, I thought it'd be this one. It wasn't the case. Brisbane, come on. Really? And then, okay, for this one, I did say in my video that I do think West Coast were a chance, and they proved me wrong. I should have tipped West Coast. That's my bad. And here's my predicted versus actual margins. You can see the differences in these margins. Not much to say. You can just see how we've been predicting these games. But yeah, without further ado, let's move on to round 11. And so here we are, round 11, getting underway, and let me just say, this is going to be a really good round, I reckon. We have got some really good games to look at, and starting with this first one, let's get straight into it. I mean, this is going to be, this is a really hyped up match for some reason. And it's between Geelong and the Western Bulldogs playing at JMHBA Stadium, and this is, I think so far, it could be potentially game of the year so far. Geelong have been looking good. They absolutely demolished Port. A few injury concerns though. That is going to be a bit of a challenge. Dangerfield out, of course, is a big one. But against the Western Bulldogs, in recent times when they've been playing at Geelong, the Bulldogs have won the past 2 times. And this will influence my tip because I do remember them playing in Geelong and they play really well, the Bulldogs. And at the moment, their season's going really well. They absolutely demolished Essendon. They dismantled them, and they are just looking a very top-sided team at this very moment. I don't know how they're not in the top 4, but if they win this one, they, I think, they might get closer. But they are looking damn good. Geelong, they are obviously favourites. It is their home ground. But for this game, I am going to tip the Bulldogs to get things kick-started in this round. I think they can cause an upset. I think this week I'm feeling upsets. And this will be our first one. And really, it wouldn't surprise me to see the result go one way or the other. So we'll see how it plays out. It's going to be a massive game. I think the Bulldogs will win by 10 points. And I'm rating this game a 96. Now looking down at the Friday night game, and it is Dreamtime at the G. It is huge. It's usually on the Saturday, but this year is on the Friday. So, I take that. It's prime time slot. And they deserve it. But yeah, it's between Essendon and Richmond playing at the G on the Friday night, and this one I think will be pretty one-sided. I think Essendon have been very shaky this season. It is absolutely just mind-blowing to see how they've been performing. They had some couple good wins, but they weren't really that convincing. The most convincing probably was against Sydney 2 weeks ago, they lost against the Bulldogs by almost 100. It's just very inconsistent for them. They are just in this hole that they can't get out of. But up against Richmond, surely Essendon just get this one done. I mean, Richmond are of course sitting in the bottom four, close to the bottom. They could have won last week. I reckon they could have won it, and if they did win it, then I would call that season done. Like, they've had a pretty decent season considering their factors, but yeah, I think this game's gonna be against them this time. If Richmond win, then that would be kind of crazy, but I just can't see it happening. I think Essendon should get this one done, and they've won the past few games at the Dreamtime games. So yeah, I have to tip Essendon for this one, and I think they'll get the job done by 36 points. And I'm rating this game an 83. Now looking down at the Saturday games, and let me just say the Saturday games are interesting because it kind of reminds me of Gather Round, but it is in Melbourne. You can see 3 consecutive games in Melbourne, which, I mean, if I was living in Melbourne, that would be huge. Starting off with this first game, the Saturday afternoon, 12 o'clock. That's bizarre. This is Adelaide time. 12 o'clock, midday. Come on, really? I mean, let's have a look at it. For this kind of game as well. This is 50-50 at its best. Carlton versus GWS, playing at Marvel Stadium on the Saturday afternoon. This one's going to be really hard to tip. I honestly don't know who has the advantage. Carlton. They always get up 3/4 time and they just lose. And you know, I just don't know what to think of them. Really, they sit 11th. I mean, they've beaten St Kilda, beaten Geelong, which was probably their best win so far this season. They've beaten North. And they versed the Giants, who the Giants themselves, they're also in a bit of trouble, losing the past few games. They beat Geelong. I mean, out of the blue, they beat Geelong. Like, yeah, I don't know what to think of both of these teams. They're in a mess at this moment. They're close to the 8s, but man, they are just not convincing at all. And this is gonna be the reason why it's gonna be hard to tip. I could see both teams winning, and Carlton have won it before, GWS have won it before. This is really just a roulette. I don't know what to think. Absolutely don't know what to think, but I do think, I don't know, this one's so hard to tip. I would really tip Carlton just because of the home factor, but for this game, I'm going to tip the Giants. I did say it, I'm going to go for an upset. I think this counts as an upset. Carlton, yeah, if either team wins, I wouldn't be surprised. This is one of those games. I just don't know where this sits, but whoever wins this one will be in the right direction. So yeah, I'm predicting the Giants to win by 22 points, and I'm rating this game an 89. I think this will have big implications on either team. Now looking at the next game, and we have the Twilight game. At least there's only one Twilight game. I take that. Much better. We need more of that. But this one is going to be really interesting, I reckon. It's between Hawthorn and Brisbane, playing at the MCG on the Saturday Twilight. And this is, really second versus fourth. Hawthorn have had a really good season so far. They sit fourth. They are just doing everything they need to, I reckon. I mean, last week they lost, I know, but like it was against Gold Coast and Darwin. Who was their other loss? I mean, they lost to Geelong. I mean, at the G, like Easter Monday. They lost to Port somehow. I mean, Gather Round, I guess. But since then, all the other results that they've had, they've been pretty good. And I see nothing here to be worried about. Up against Brisbane, who have had a shaky... I mean, they sit second, but in the past 2 weeks, they've had a shaky season. They had a draw against North and then lose against Melbourne at home, which is just really confusing. This season has been confusing, but it's not really good signs when stuff like that happens, because really you need to take most of that opportunity. But if Brisbane lose this one, then things start to put up to question. But in saying that, it's going to be a really hard task for Brisbane, and that's all I have to say. This is a big chance for Hawthorn. This is a big chance to get back that win that they need and potentially send them to second or third, around there, which would be huge for them. So yeah, I'm going to tip Hawthorn to win this game. Plus is at the G. They play really well at the G. There is almost their fortress there. I'm predicting the margin to be 25 points. And I'm rating this game a 90. Now looking at the next game. And yeah, this is... I know it's one-sided, but I think this will be big. I think this will be big. Just because of history. But yeah, let's get into it. It's between North Melbourne and Collingwood, playing at Marvel Stadium on the Saturday night, and I think this will be closer than what people think. When I think of North and Collingwood playing each other, I think of those games where North just almost upset Collingwood. I mean, North aren't the greatest team, but Collingwood are one of the best, and they're sitting top. But North always somehow managed to almost pull off an upset, and they've done it many times before. I feel like it might happen again, so I think this will be a very close game throughout, and I think people might not be expecting it, but I think I'll be expecting it. So who knows if it will happen? Maybe Collingwood would just smash them, but honestly, we don't know. This ball has a lot to offer, and yeah, I think this is going to be a entertaining game to watch. I'm just excited. I'm just curious to see what this leads to. But Collingwood sit atop. They just look unstoppable. Honestly, they look unstoppable. They almost look like they deserve to be in the grand final already. And surely, they will definitely be a contender, strong contender into the finals. I think surely they can make it prelim minimum. But yeah, for this game, I think it's obvious. I have to tip Collingwood. They're just looking unstoppable, and I think it will continue. But yeah, I think they'll win by 9 points, which is a close margin. And yeah, I have to rate this game an 86. Now looking at the last game on the Saturday night, there's another one. This one is, pretty one-sided. For obvious reasons. I had to endure the most just one-sided affair last week. The Port and Geelong game, that was just horrid. And really, let's get into it. Fremantle up against Port Adelaide, playing at Optus Stadium, and I expect nothing less but a Freo win, really. Freo should win this one. I say Freo should win this one because Port have been terrible, and quite frankly, that last game that they played was just terrible. I mean, sure, they were against Geelong, but that was just horrible. That was how can you kick? They kicked 5 goals, I think, 5 goals 9. In a full quarter game. That was just that was terrible. But yeah, for Fremantle, they really surprised me. They're getting that win against the Giants. Fremantle have been very odd this season. They've always been inconsistent, but this is just the most inconsistent they've been, and led them to getting their win against the Giants, and that's huge for them. They've never won at that ground before, and they somehow did. But as for this game, Port Adelaide won the last 2 against Freo at Optus. I do think things will change though. Every time they verse each other, it has been close. So I do expect Fremantle this time to dominate. And really, I don't know what Port will deliver. I don't know what they will deliver, but it's not looking good. I hope I'm proven wrong, but for this game, I have to tip Freo. It just has to go their way, and I think this. If hopefully Port will win. I mean, I don't think it will, but I'll be supporting Port all the way. But I think Freo will get the job done by 34 points, and I'm rating this game as 75. Now looking at the Sunday games, the last 3 games of the round, and we have some one-sided games and we have some 50-50 games. And let's start with a one-sided game. Let's get straight into it. It's between Adelaide and West Coast, playing at the Adelaide Oval on the Sunday afternoon, and this is probably the easiest tip I'll make, without doubt. No questions asked. This is going to be the easiest tip to make, for sure. Adelaide have looked really good this season. They did lose against Collingwood last week, but by 10 points, and they so could have won it. they so could have won it. They had some missed opportunities. They could have at least gone less than a goal the margin, but yeah, they didn't make the most use of it. As for West Coast, congratulations, you guys got your first win. Took a bit, but you take those. Really, just celebrate. Really, just celebrate all those wins that you could get. You haven't had many in some time, but you got one, and that's all. Yeah, that's all you can ask for. And this is going to be, I think, an important game for Adelaide in terms of percentage. They are 124 at the moment, but if they win this one, if they win this one big, they could potentially be in the top 4, maybe, but there's a chance. So yeah, this game will be important for them in that factor, but in saying that, I think this will be very one-sided. Have to tip the Crows for this one. If they lose, then really, I don't know what to say then. I really don't know what to say. I think the Crows will win by 79 points. I think it'll be one-sided. It's supposed to rain on that day, so it should be slippery. That's why I'm saying 79 points. And yeah, I'm rating this game as 63. Now looking at the next game, and this one is looking, I would say, this is the same as the Carlton GWS game. I don't know what to think of these two teams, but yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. It's between Melbourne and Sydney, playing at the MCG on this Sunday afternoon, and this is going to be one to watch. Let's start with Sydney, and yeah, Sydney got the win against Carlton, which was finally what they needed. They haven't had many wins this season, but yeah, that was a good win. That was a good last quarter by them. They looked really good in the wet. Yeah, it was just a great effort by them, and they got that win. But now they're traveling to Melbourne, playing at the G. And with the Melbourne side, they've been very interesting. They've won the past 4 out of the 5 games. They beat Brisbane at the Gabba. No one does that, except for Melbourne, because they just did it. They just did it like that. And I thought Brisbane was just gonna get over the top of them, but no, Melbourne got it done. And that is a statement win. That is a big statement win. And I'm not saying it's a statement win where they'll make finals, like they're guaranteed that. But yeah, it's those wins that, you know, put a shine on the light. But this game will be interesting. This is going to be hard to tip. This is going to be really hard to tip. I can see either team winning this one, but I'm going to go based off momentum. And sometimes when Melbourne play at the G, they can just have games where they just play really, really good. And I think it might happen. And I have to tip Melbourne. I think if there was a safer option in these two tips, I would say Melbourne. But if Sydney win, I wouldn't be too surprised. So yeah, this one's hard to tip, but I'm going to tip Melbourne to win by 7 points. And I'm rating this game an 82. Now looking at the last game of round 11, and this is going to be, match of the round. Match of the round. Yeah, obviously it's St Kilda versus Gold Coast, playing at Marvel Stadium on the Sunday twilight. And I mean, to be fair, I think this would be a good game to watch. I reckon this will be interesting. The last time Gold Coast played at Marvel, they we know what happened. They lost to Richmond, so they didn't have good memories there in recent time. But St Kilda, they haven't been great. I did say before they were good, but now they're not. They lost against West Coast, and losing against Carlton, losing against Bulldogs, losing against Brisbane. I mean, Brisbane Bulldogs, they're good teams, but yeah, they haven't found their form. It feels like last year. Feels like they're going on the same path, and yeah, I mean, to put a bright light on them, they have won the past many games against Gold Coast. I think it was like 9 out of the last 10. But yeah, I could see an upset. But this Gold Coast team is new. I reckon this Gold Coast team is new. They sit third on the ladder. They're gaining momentum, and I think after those 2 great wins in Darwin, they'll carry that momentum to win this game. And yeah, really, I hope it's a good game. I do hope it's a good game, but I'm going to stick with the safe option for this game and tip Gold Coast to win by 20 points. And I'm rating this game at 78. And just like that, that is my round 11 tips done and dusted. It's going to be an interesting round of footy. I'm excited. I mean, we got lots of Melbourne games. We got lots of Melbourne Victorian games. It's almost like they gather around. So yeah, we'll see how this round goes. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye bye.